Some breaking news. Don Lemon has just been released after appearing in L.A. federal court this afternoon.
Lemon spoke briefly about 30 minutes ago. He's been charged with civil rights crimes in connection with a protest at a Minnesota church.
Eyewitness News reporter Josh Haskell is live in downtown L.A. with the breaking developments. Josh?
And David and Giovanna, President Trump's Department of Justice tried to present Don Lemon as a flight risk. They said that they want to restrict his travel just to Minnesota and New York. They also wanted $100,000 bond. That was all denied by the judge. Don Lemon will have a court date in Minnesota next month. Now, once leaving this courthouse, Don Lemon walked to cameras. This is what he said.
I've spent my entire career covering I will not stop now. In fact, there is no more important time than right now, this very moment, for a free and independent media that shines a light on the truth and holds those in power accountable. Again, I will not stop now. I will not stop ever. Last night, the DOJ sent a team of federal agents to arrest me in the middle of the night for something that I've been doing for the last 30 years, and that is covering the news. The First Amendment of the Constitution protects that work for me and for countless of other journalists who do what I do. I stand with all of them, and I will not be silenced. I look forward to my day in court.
Now, this all has to do with that protest in a Minnesota church back on January 18th that Don Lemon covered. The government accusing Lemon of doing more than just covering a story. Former CNN anchor and President Trump critic Don Lemon arrested by federal law enforcement late Thursday night at the Beverly Hilton Hotel in Beverly Hills. Lemon charged with federal civil rights crimes in connection with an anti-immigration protest at a Minnesota church back on January 18th. Lemon, who was in Los Angeles covering the Grammy Awards, posted this on social media hours before his arrest. Lemon has been accused of interfering with the First Amendment rights of worshipers at that church, whose pastor also works for ICE. But Lemon has maintained he had no affiliation with the protesters and was there covering the story.
You have the right to worship freely and safely. And if I haven't been clear already, if you violate that sacred right, we are coming after you.
Let's say he said, "Oh, I like what you're doing. Let's go and do it together. You do it, I'll record it. This will publicize it." That sounds like it could very well be a conspiracy. On the other hand, if he just happened to show up and saw that this was going to be happening and said, "Oh, I want to cover this," just as a journalist without really any real coordination with the people who were committing the underlying crime, then perhaps probably he wouldn't be guilty.
Last week, a magistrate judge rejected prosecutors' initial bid to charge Lemon. 3 other people were arrested by Trump's DOJ in this case, in addition to Lemon, including journalist Georgia Fort, who shared this emotional post on Facebook that agents were at her door as a result of a grand jury indictment.
I don't feel like I have my First Amendment right as a member of the press because now federal agents are at my door arresting me for filming the church protest.
Governor Newsom posting on social media, "A free press isn't the enemy, it's the safeguard, and Putin would be proud."
The government can't just go after its critics simply because it doesn't like them and just gin up charges against them. That's, of course, would be a violation of rule of law.
Now, supporting Don Lemon in court were his agent, his husband, and Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass, who called all of this ridiculous. Now, when Don Lemon and his husband left the courthouse here after speaking to reporters, it was quite a scene. They were looking for their vehicle. Someone shouted, "Don Lemon, do you plan on still attending the Grammys on Sunday?" And he gave that person a thumbs up. Live in downtown LA, Josh Haskell, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.